In any case, I must always go ahead and advertise that we do have a Facebook page, Chris the Dude Nurse Facebook page. It looks exactly like this. Go ahead and join it if you want to. You ain't got to, but go ahead and join it if you want to. After that, we also have ourselves an Instagram page. Looks like this. Go ahead and join that if you want to. You don't have to, but go ahead and join that as well if you would like. But got the Facebook and the Instagrams. Like I said, we have been going to softball tournaments like crazy. So last weekend we had one. This weekend we have another one. So probably won't be able to do a live stream this coming weekend, but we'll go ahead and jump on today. Non-John is amazed. Non-John is, of course, the farmer whose air compressor I pulled with my Mazda van. My indestructible Mazda van. That is very destructible. In any case, I always forget to say this. I do still have some stickers. If you guys want a sticker, just go ahead and message me on the Facebook. That's probably the easiest way to go ahead and message me on the Facebook, and because it's the best way that I get a hold of people, or people get a hold of me, and it will, can, and did. So that's the easiest way to get a hold of me is the Facebook. That's the one I probably respond to the most. In any case, we are here for a short time today on a Monday. We just had, what's up, Jenna? We just had a great big old storm come by. Power blinked on and off a few times, and then sort of as quick as it came, it went away. The temperature's probably dropped 20 degrees. It was ridiculous. But in any case, it's all gone now, so that's good. Jenna, did you ever did you go for the school job? Is that something that you were hoping that worked out? Anything like that? What's up, Cosmos? Curious, how the school thing go? We just hired a lady at work. We just hired a nurse at work who is just now got into substance abuse. She's been doing long-term care for 30, I think she said 86, so that'd be 37 years she's been doing long-term care, and said she's tired of seeing people die, looking for a change of pace, and so she got into substance abuse, waiting on an offer letter. That is awesome. You know what, let's give that some hearts. Let's give the offer letter some hearts, man. That's awesome, waiting on an offer letter. School is going to start soon for us, 3 weeks from today, so that I'm sure all the people need to get their ducks in a row, as far as things like that, school nurses and things like that. You gotta know where you're going, teacher and helper and nurse wise, as well. So hopefully that all works out well. Hopefully that ends up being a good career path for you. It seems like it would be, it probably could be a lot, pretty good stressful, but school starts on the 28th. Yeah. But it seems like it could be stressful to be a one-on-one nurse, but it could also be very rewarding. As you know, may or may not know, I have a special needs child myself, and I am terrified of people being mean to her at school. It's one of my biggest fears. So it would be great to have a nurse who's not only helping you out in daily tasks, but also sort of hopefully if something's about to pop off, bullying wise or something like that, you'll be there as well to help out, things like that. But yeah, school starts for us on the 28th. Courtney goes back the 17th, so she's actually going back, of course there's a weekend in there, But she's going back 11 days before the kids do. She's going back the 17th. Because she's also driving a bus, so she has to do all of her bus training as well. So she only has like a little over a week. Next Thursday she goes back. And I imagine if you do end up getting the school nurse job, you probably go back a little bit early as well, so that you can learn routines and things like that. School starts the 17th for you. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe my sister is already in school. She is a school librarian at Leavenworth. So I believe she's already back at school. I could be wrong, but so, there's that. Of course, I think they have a little bit, I think they do a little bit different. I don't know. Maybe they don't. But, yeah, hopefully it all works out, and hopefully you're able to get the job and it turns out good, and, is everything you're hoping it would be. At least that's what I'm hoping for you. Because I know you were worried about a high stress, high strung environment, and hopefully, being a one-on-one school nurse would not be a high stress environment. She is in the elementary school. Oh, my sister's in, I think my sister's at elementary school also. They're both elementary school. If you're talking about Courtney or my sister. But in any case, I'm glad to see everybody on a Monday. I really, really, really wanted to get on here Saturday, and to be honest, I was just doing one of these. It wouldn't have been fun. Would have been fun to watch, I'm sure, but not fun on my end. When I was at work Saturday, the best way I can describe it is watching someone fall asleep and gravity doesn't work. I got to see that. I've seen it many times before. I've seen people fall asleep and it's the weirdest thing. It's like they fall asleep and gravity just quits working on them. They just, and it's slower than that, but my oldest can do it really well. It's actually quite comical when she does it. Never fun, so it made for an interesting Saturday. A lot of paperwork involved in that. When you see someone fall asleep and gravity not taking over. We were going through the McDonald's drive-thru one day, and someone in the passenger side of a vehicle had opened the car door up and was standing outside their van and had fallen asleep without gravity taking over. And I was like, shh. I was battling a migraine. I decided not to call 911. I hope somebody else did, because they definitely needed some help. Probably made for a long day for whoever was on the other end of that. It's never any fun. But lost my train of thought there. In any case, we have been massively short-staffed at work here lately, and it appears that we've finally hired on some peoples. So that's always a blessing that we got some people's beginning to jump on board. and start working with us, and hopefully we can get some time to do things. I had a nurse that I've worked with for several years now. Went on vacation and left me as the only nurse on staff for my units. We've been borrowing nurses from other units. That always makes for a good time. Not that the other nurses are not competent. They are all very competent. But the problem is that you still have to show them where things are. It's not their unit. They don't know where the gloves are. They don't know where the sharps are. They don't know, their computers. The password is this, and our computers the password is that. You still have to sort of show people things, and it just makes for a harder day. Like I said, nothing against the nurses. I'm very, 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 very thankful that they were, willing to help me from their other units. But it's hard to show where everything is, and also, do your regular stuff. What's up, Jerry? But that's a good time when. It's not as bad as training someone. When I have to train someone, if I'm ever a preceptor, I will tell the person that I'm precepting, I am the world's worst teacher. I'm not very good at teaching you. I'll show you how to do it one time, and then I'm going to push you in the deep end. Like a kid learning to swim. And some people learn that way. Some people don't learn that way. But I don't know any other way to teach other than learn by doing, sink or swim. And in my opinion, that makes me a terrible teacher. And I tell them, do not give me people to teach, because I'm not very good at it. Yeah, learn by doing. Jerry, have you taken the NCLEX yet? That old hateful NCLEX. That everybody loves. That's so much fun. You scared? I ain't scared. I used to have a sticker in the back of my truck that said, I ain't scared. What are your fears? The 15th. Oh, so a week away. What was that, Tuesday of next week? I believe so. Let me double check. Yep. A week and a day. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Just remember, you only paid about $400 or $500 just to sit there to take that test. You don't want to. You want your money to go to something good, Or at least whenever I took it, that's about $400 when I took it, I believe. Once you add in I think I had to go to the police department, get my fingerprints. I had to get all my papers. I had to go to court and show that I wasn't a felon or violent misdemeanors and things like that. And it was about $400. Yeah, even when I did it. So just think you've done school, paid all your $400, $410. Yeah. And then now you just got to sit there in front of that test and take it. Sort of like when my wife was pregnant with our oldest, I told her every single person that's breathing right now was born from a woman. So it's doable. Of course, I don't really think that helped her, her nerves when she was going into labor. But every person that is a nurse currently has done it. So it's definitely doable. Because I know some really dumb nurses. I've worked with some, that are just really dumb. I signed up for mine the moment I was released. So yeah, I did not wait 2 months like people in your class are doing. No, the moment I was released, I signed up for mine because we had to get released. And it took us like 28 days to get released. I ended up taking it on my anniversary, so September 17th is when I took it. And I think I got released somewhere around like August 1st. That was the earliest they had available. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm in your boat. Take it sooner rather than later. I went to school with a girl that took that thing an entire year later. I was like, dang, dude, a whole year? Like, who in the world wants to do it a whole year later? I forgot everything by then. But, they did. And passed it. You do the re-registration trick and find out if you passed. I did. I did, and I think that it was a sort of a new concept when I did it, and it did not work. I ended up passing the NCLEX, but I ended up like I don't remember exactly how to do the trick, but I was able to like reserve a spot. Like I was able to like re-reserve a spot or something like that. So yes, I did do the trick to find out if I passed, but it didn't work. Like I had passed, and the re-register. I was able to re-register, so it didn't work. I think that it's changed a little bit though since I did it. I did it 11 years ago now. Yeah, so I did it several years ago. But yeah, I was able to re-register. It was a little bit different. I think it was my fault though. Cause you had to like hold your mouth right to do it when we did it. When I took mine, they had just started the 48-hour results. You could get like your official results a week late, or you could do like unofficial, and you could prepay like $20 or something like that, and get your unofficial results in 48 hours. I did that. I did do that, and I got mine back in 48 hours on a Saturday. You can look it up on your state board to see if your number was posted, but you got to know your number. 2 hours for results? Dang, mine was 48 hours. I mean, you got to think time frame too, though. You got to remember, I took mine 11 years ago. I'm sure that a lot has changed, especially with COVID. So but yeah, when I did mine, I'm almost certain that when I did mine, it was 48 hours for early results and 1 week for official results. But the thing about your state board, to see if your number is posted, you've got to know what your number is. The only reason I knew what my number was I got like my, not like a renewal, but like a warning of expiration or something like that. But yeah, you might be able to look it up on your social security number, but I don't know if it's going to work that early. And then, like, when you re-register, look at under your name. Okay, I don't think I don't think we can. I'm curious. You got me curious. Let me see. I'm not going to screen share. I just want to see if I can look it up under my name. NCBON. Verify license. Verify license. Here we go. Oh, there's my license number. Search. Oh, license type. Search. I'm not a robot. There. No charges, no disciplines, moldy state. Expiration 12/31/24. That's what I'm talking about. Look mine up. When you look under your name, I guess you could. I guess you can look them up under. You gotta have your city though. In North Carolina, you gotta have your name, your full name, and your city. To look it up. But I just looked mine up with my license number, so that was really easy. Of course, like I said, you're not gonna know your license number until until you get your license. If that makes any sense. But it'll be all right. We are getting ready for school. Sad day. Any case, I've been doing a lot more shorts over the summer because the kids are home. But I'm going to go back into the long form content when they go back to school, because it's a lot easier because of my work hours. I get off work at I'm probably home by about 1 p.m. every day, and then go from have about 1 p.m. to about 2:30, and of sort of by myself time, so I'll be able to do long form content. If anybody has any ideas of what you want to see, I am open to ideas. Most of my ideas for long form content actually come from either patients or comments, which is sort of strange. A lot, if not all, of my shorts are all true stories or based on true stories. Sort of manipulated. This morning I saw a person that had a Let's Go Brandon shirt. And if you know the Let's Go Brandon, those are the people that are sort of don't like President Biden. And had a Let's Go Brandon shirt, and then they were on Medicaid. And I was like, I feel like that's counterproductive. You can't, can't do that. How is running going? So the other day, I had gotten sick. And that was about a week ago. And 15 years ago, that wouldn't have been anything. But I went running the other day, and it was like really stinking hard. I know the heat's not doing me any favors, but it was just so stinking hard to run. I only have 14 more days from now till I go back to the doctor. I go back to the doctor on the 21st to see, how everything is going. Going for my yearly physical. Then I got to drink nothing but black coffee that day, which is awesome. I don't see why that's a thing, why you can drink black coffee. I'm definitely for it, I'm drinking black coffee, but the running's going. I really just don't think I'm ever going to go back into the 5 minutes for a mile. It was a lot easier when I was 22. I think I was 22 last time I really ran competitively. It was a lot easier then than it is now. It's hard to train, really. When you have kids and they need things, they need a present father, things like that. It's hard to run. Mainly I run when they're at practice, and that's like the only time that I really have time. That's really it. Someone told me about a track that's really fast that I'm going to try before I'm done. They said it's really smooth. Just got finished. Said it's really fast, so I'm going to try it out. Good for my age. Well, thank you. It's sort of like a backhanded your old comment. I'm for it. I'm definitely the biggest user of backhanded comments. So thank you. I'm glad that I am good for my age. As you say, you're old. Ah! You're not good to be so old. I'm still for it. I do enjoy myself a good backhanded comment. Yeah. Something's got a little bit of sting on it. I told my sister, me and my sister are a year apart, and I told her that she's closer to 40 than she is 30, and she was not happy with my comments. I do like giving her a hard time, because she is my sister. We have both me and her have both put on weight. Since we both got scholarships to run, but since then we both put on weight, and I told her that I was glad to see that we both put on weight the same way, and she was not very happy with my comment. She was not. I think her husband would have beat me up if I wasn't her brother. It is what it is, though. Our mother is a tiny, tiny woman. And just never puts on any weight. And me and my sister have definitely put on weight since we were in our 20s. And yes, Jerry, how are you studying? Jenny, you used UWorld. I used Kaplan. Is that even still a thing? I've heard of UWorld, but I don't remember it being around when I was in school. Just reviewing your notes. Nothing wrong with just reviewing your notes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Got a 80.1 on the AT. What is the ATI predictor? And also, what's the 80.1 based off of? Is it 80.1% chance of pass? Curious about this. The predictor determines your chance of passing the NCLEX. That's awesome. That you had to. I read the books. Wah, 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 wah. I think I was the very, very, very end of the book classes. Cause I read the NCLEX. It wasn't. I don't think it was NCLEX for dummies, but it was like how to pass the NCLEX. And it had word problems in the book, and you did them on the book, and then you had to have another book to like look up your answers. Let me see. I'm wondering if I can find that, cause it's. Let's see here. NCLEX test book. It was a green one. I remember that much. This is it, but this is so this is the book that I read. Of course, it was Kaplan, which makes sense because Kaplan's who I used. This is the newest one. I didn't even think it would be hardback. But that's the book that I read. Got a 98% on the predictor. 80.1% test means a 98%. Okay. Dang, Jenna, you got a 76 in school and finished in 75 questions. That's awesome. 75 is the minimum, right? It's 65 or 75. One of them is like the absolute minimum. I was so scared when I got to that question. Our class had to get 90 on the predictor score to pass your LPN program. That's, well, I mean, you know, my program when I was in nursing school had a 100% pass rate. And they were very, very proud of that 100% pass rate, to the point to where they would fail us hard if they thought we were not going to pass the NCLEX, which is why I think that there were 30 of us and then 9 of us graduated. Which was a bummer. But it's as someone said, there's eventually going to be one that doesn't pass. Someone's going to have an off day that day of the NCLEX. Someone's going to have an off day. It happens. Excuse me. It is what it is, I guess. But I wish we'd had something like that. So I sort of wish we'd have had something like that predictor. That'd been pretty cool. I know I'm sounding like I was in the olden days, but it really wasn't that long ago. I really don't think it was that long ago, at least. They don't play in any nursing school. At least I don't think. People think it's easy. The one that trips me up the most is people who did not, like people who didn't get into ADN, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to do LPN, you know, and they sort of look down on the LPN program. Like, oh, it was easy because you were LPN. Like, no, bro. Like, it was, you know, if anything, it was harder because it was more condensed, you know, to go through the LPN program than it was the ADN program. Yeah, I'll agree with you, Jen. I believe it's harder to do the LPN than the ADN. The only argument that you could present to me to sort of change my mind that the ADN is harder is you have to keep your grade up longer. That would really be the only argument that I could listen to as far as you saying that the ADN program is harder. I don't think it's harder, but you do have to keep your grade up longer, which, you know, in return could be harder. So I'll give you that, but I think LPN is a harder program than the ADN. 12 to 15 months. They think it's a walk in the park, but it's not. Didn't get any breaks. I believe we got a whole week off for Christmas, and the 4th. I think the 4th was like a weekend. I think 4th of July. I think we had that sort of weekend off. You know, it was sort of like a long weekend. We had Labor Day off. So in my class, one of the girls that passed, she was a Laotian refugee, right? And she showed up to class first day in July or whatever, like 8 months pregnant, right? And so she comes in full blown in labor, right? And we had an exam, and it was on a Friday, and she was like full blown in labor. Finishes the exam, asks the instructor if she can excuse herself, excuses herself, goes to the hospital, has the baby. It just so happened that it was on Labor Day weekend. Had the baby, her rotation worked out so she didn't have to come in on Labor Day. Comes back to school on Tuesday, like 3 days postpartum. And she was one of the ones that passed. She was one of the ones that finished. I was like, dang, dude, you just thinking tough, man. I was like, that's ridiculous. But yeah, she was I believe she was a Laotian war refugee. She was, you know, from one of the Eastern Asian countries. And didn't play, dude. Did not play. She was finishing that school. And she got her LPN. I believe she's moved on further. But, you know, props to her for stinking doing it, you know, as a stinking brand new mom. Yeah, we didn't get any breaks. Just like I said, I believe the week off for Christmas and, you know, the long weekend for 4th of July and Labor Day. And maybe Memorial Day. Maybe. I don't remember. Ugh, people were taking prereqs for RN while in the LPN. No, I encourage nothing but nursing school. I did what's called co-recs. I don't even know if that's still a thing, but I had to take my psychology. I had to have high school chemistry. I had to stinking take high school chemistry. But I believe it was psychology and high school chemistry all in my first semester of nursing school, because they were co-recs and I was allowed to take them at the same time. which in my mind I was like, oh, this is a great idea. You know, I can get into nursing school like 1 year sooner. Dude, I never slept. I was freaking falling asleep at my computer. Like, I had never slept. And to make it worse, I was in high school chemistry, but I was in high school chemistry with actual high school kids. So here I am, I'm like 28, sitting there anyways, I was, 12 years older than these kids, 10, 12 years older than these kids, who were in like 10th grade, and I'm a dad, 27-year-old dad sitting in the back trying to learn chemistry all while going to nursing school. It was not fun. There were two of us. I remember because the other girl turned 21 while we were in class, and we were asking if it was a wet class or a dry class. And the high school kids, they didn't understand what we were saying, but the teacher was like, "No, this is a dry class. The campus is a dry campus. These kids are 15. You guys cannot party in here." I ended up passing. I ended up passing all of them because I had to. But yeah, it was crazy. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10 stars. Do not recommend. And back then, again, because of old timey times, there was no virtual learning. It was all in person, so I had to be in class for all of these things. Because I never had high school chemistry. I never had chemistry in high school. I never thought I was going to go to college. I just wasn't built for college. I never thought I would go, so I never took chemistry in high school. It wasn't a requirement. And so I had to stinking take it in nursing school. That was fun. But I would get in the because I was in that class, in that particular chemistry class. When I would leave from nursing school, and it would be like 1 o'clock or so. I would get to, because we had like multiple campuses. I think a lot of community colleges do that. We'll see you, Jerry. We'll see you later, bud. Good luck on that NCLEX if I don't if I don't get to see you later, if I don't get to talk to you before you do it. Good luck on that NCLEX. But anyways, I would finish up nursing school, and I would go to the other campus for my chemistry class, and they would be doing like a high school lunch. And so I would get my little tray and pay them a couple bucks, and I would get like whatever they had in the high school lunch. Right before I went to chemistry class with all the 10th graders. In the community college cafeteria. It was so much fun. Of course, the school lunch was like $2 maybe like $2.50. So it wasn't bad at all. I'll send Jerry a couple loves, some heart. Oh wait, nope, that one. There we go. Send old Jerry some hearts. Tell him good luck on that thing. That NCLEX, man, it's a hard deal. But I mean, everybody had to do it. I'm thankful that I didn't have to do it when it was on paper. And you didn't get your results back for 6 months or whatever it was it took. There was no minimum then, I'm sure. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Thankfully, I was part of the computer group. Of course, I think I was 10 years out of being on the in paper. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. In any case, we've started waking our kids up earlier. I don't know if y'all, did your parents make y'all wake up early? Like when summer was ending? No, MindClicks was on computer. It was not on paper. MindClicks was not on paper. It was on the computer. I'm saying I'm glad that I was like 10 years out of being on paper. You know, like 90, 94, 95. They were the last ones on paper. I guess I was 20 years out of that then. Yeah. Because I didn't take it in 04. So no, I was not on paper. Fortunately for me, I'm glad that I was not on paper. When I very first got into nursing, I worked with a lot of nurses who had taken it on paper. And they said they had to wait for 6 months to they had to wait for 6 months to get the results back. That's when I found out about I don't know if it works this way everywhere, but in North Carolina, you can challenge the LPN NCLEX if you have had like 4 semesters of ADN or something like that. You can challenge the LPN NCLEX, but you have to present, all of your ADN scores and whatnot. I found out through nurses that took it on paper because there were several nurses that I worked with that said that they went on ahead and challenged the LPN NCLEX and then worked as LPNs for that last semester of ADN school. Just so they could get money and, just in case something went wrong, whatever it may be, they went on ahead and challenged it. And then that was still a thing. You could still challenge the LPN NCLEX as an ADN. That was still a thing when I was in nursing school. I don't know if it still is or is not. If you could challenge it. But with states like California creating that new law where you can challenge the NCLEX if you've had it's like 5+ years of CNA experience in acute care, things like that. Yeah, I'm for it. I'm definitely for it because you never know, man. If you get, if you make it that far in nursing school and don't challenge the exam and then lose everything, you have a few bad tests and lose everything, then you don't have anything to fall back on. So I'm definitely for the challenging of the test. I'm definitely a big proponent to that. I feel like it's a good thing to challenge the exam. It's I'm glad that that's still a thing, that you can still challenge it. Because man, that would be miserable if you could not pass, for whatever reason, could not pass the ADN NCLEX or didn't graduate ADN or something like that. That would be just devastating. It would be massively stressful to take 2 NCLEX. I wouldn't want to take 2 NCLEX, but I would if that's what if that would have been the path I would have chosen, I would have done that. To do 2 NCLEX, but that's not what I did. But I'm glad to see that that's still a thing. And I really I wish more states would do this. I don't really know how it's working out in California. I really need to do more research on how it's working out. But I really wish more states would do the CNA challenge LPN NCLEX. The only thing is, I believe with the California challenge and the LPN NCLEX, if you cannot like do a bridge program, you can't do like a LPN ADN bridge program. You know, I think you're sort of stuck. The most you could get is a LPN. But I really need to do more research into it and see what their success rates have been and things like that. And you know, if you know, you can't compare, you know, like the people down in Florida that were selling degrees. You know, you can't say that people in California are selling degrees, because they're really not. You know, these people that are challenging the NCLEX are very qualified individuals who have done, because they still have to go to school for things like pharmacology, and you know, of course, they have to do all of their work. So you can't say that they're buying a degree, you know, or buying a challenge or things like that. They're already doing the work. They're just doing it, you know, a little bit differently. Sort of learn by doing, you know, sort of learn by going to school. Let me check that out right now. I'm wondering, and I can't remember the name of it. California LVN challenge. Let's see what we got. Method 3, that was the name of it. When did this actually become a thing? Because I remember I actually did a video on it. Let's type in method 3. I'm curious now. Success rate. Here we go. What is this telling me? Let me read this here. I can't read that spreadsheet very well. Curious as to how the success rate for the method 3 has worked. Definitely for it. I'm 100% for the method 3 way that California has opened, but I can't find the success rate. That's my biggest concern, is what's the success rate for the method 3 program. Let's see. No other state. Only California. That's kind of a bummer. I'd like to see other states offer it, though. I would like to see other states offer the method 3. Of course, it's only California. California seems to be the state that oftentimes initiates things, good or bad. They seem to be the leader in things. And of course, they're the leader in the method 3 way of going CNA to LVN instead of LPN. But I'm definitely for it. I definitely like the idea. I definitely like the way they go about it. I would like to see other states go for it. I think that if you offer someone the route, to say, hey, like myself, for example, you know, I was a dad already. when I was when I was a CNA, when I was going to nursing school, it would have been so much easier for me to continue to work for 5 years as a CNA, because I was still working as a CNA when I was in nursing school. So it would have been so much easier for me to work for 5 years in these settings, and then also take my 54 hours of pharmacology or whatever it is to challenge the LPN exam, and then go from making, when I quit being a CNA, I was making the most I'd ever made in my entire life at that moment in time, $11.42. Going from that to making $16.50, base pay $16.50. It was really about $19 an hour. And all you have to do is work 5 years. Because I could work, I believe that you're going to find more people who can work for 5 years as opposed to go to full-time school and also probably work full-time. You think about your single mothers who are plenty intelligent and could absolutely do the job. However, they can't go to school because of, they got to eat and feed their children and things like that. So if you have a single mom who you're like, oh, well, all you got to do is do 5 years of 40 hours a week as a CNA at these locations, and then take 54 hours of pharmacology, and then you can challenge the LPN exam and triple your salary. I think you'll get a lot more people doing that, and I think, in my opinion, it will help out a lot with the shortage that we have going on, because there are plenty of jobs right now that RNs are doing that an LPN could do, or an LVN. There are thousands of jobs right now that you could fill with an LPN, even just here in my state. So I don't see why we can't offer the Method 3 program in other states. I think that it would be a benefit to other states just to have something like that. But who knows if it'll ever come about? Who knows if it'll ever become a thing? If it went to a compact state, which California is not a compact state, if it went to a compact state, I could see a lot of people moving to that state and being like, hey, let's just say South Carolina becomes that state that says, hey, you come here, you work 5 years, get that LPN, you're now a compact stated LPN. I could definitely see a lot of people doing that and going that route. One of my children just closed my light out on me. I think it would be a great idea. I think a lot of people should do it, but I think you got to get a hold of state lawmakers and state boards of nursing in order to let them join in. Because right now, like I said, currently, today I was the only staff. I was the only nurse on staff that goes to my facility, when I could have had an entire staff full of LPNs. We had a provider. We had a provider. There was no need for an RN. I could have had an entire staff of LPNs. I could have had an entire staff of LPNs who challenged the exam. It really wouldn't have ended, the competency of the nursing staff, because I believe they would have been, just as competent. And I believe that these nurses would have worked for it, and they feel like they would have worked for it just as hard as the nurses who went to school. Because the argument is presented often that nursing licenses are hard to get.
The dishes have been finished.
That's awesome. Give me 5. We're live streamed.
Okay.
You want to see everybody? My oldest human being. I'm about to jump off of here though.
Stickers.
Don't give away all my stickers. I gotta give away all my stickers. Ain't that right?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, I love you.
Hey.
Somebody's waving at you. She doesn't want to give me hugs anymore or kisses anymore. I love you so much. You're my oldest person that I've created. You're the oldest person I've created. And I love you. I'm now embarrassing. In certain environments, I am embarrassing. Bro.
Yeah, especially in the car rider line at school when you start singing rock and roll.
Yes. Because you changed the radio station. So real quick before we leave, because I've got to go. We were in the car rider line, and we had on, I believe it was Linkin Park that I was listening to because I liked Linkin Park when I was in high school, and then someone changed it to something else, and I can't remember.
I don't know. I was just trying to find something.
I can't remember what you changed it to, but I knew the song you changed it to and started singing very loudly with the windows down. Like as loud as I could sing. It was a good time.
It was the worst.
It was an amazing time.
It was horrible.
You left my radio alone though, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's what's up.
I did after that.
Okay. In any case, we are going to leave now. Well, I guess I am because she just walked out the door. In any case, going to leave. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm glad to see everybody this evening. It was embarrassing for her, not for me. You know, I was rocking along. I really think it was I think it was the Shake It Off Taylor Swift song, but I might be wrong. In any case, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. When will I be back on? It won't be Friday because that's my middle child's birthday party. We have a softball tournament Saturday. Depending on when we get back Saturday, it might be another week from today. It might be sometime. Hopefully soon. So hopefully soon. I'll do my best. In any case, good night, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see everyone soon. Hopefully within a week. Like I said, hopefully within a week. Saturday, if not, I'll probably do another one on Monday. So, thank you guys so much.